Here at the top, a player who tried to open Hellions last game, didn't work out, went into an all-in and took us to a third game. A member of the team Foyu. Very strong player indeed he is.
TheBest Foyu.
Not even in Code A. At the bottom here we have a Slayers player. Pretty strong Zerg. Couldn't quite hold that last attack off. Slayers mid. Slayers, they really are the Slayers of this tournament. They're slaying everybody. By the way, as you guys see there on the screen, thanks to LG Cinema 3D, Intel, and G.SL. Without them, this tournament wouldn't be possible. I know that's how I always say it, and that's how a lot of casters say it, but I mean, that's the only way to say it, man. If they weren't there, then this wouldn't happen. Alright, so gas first again here. And gas first on this map can work out a lot better than on the last map. The natural is wide on this map as well as the last map, but also the main is pretty big. There's a lot of different options for harassment. You don't even have to go for Hellions. If he goes for Hellions, they can work quite well as well. The drop that he did with the Hellions can do a little bit more damage on a map like this where it's very wide open. The drones have to run a long way before they get help. Slayers man with a relatively quick scout again is going to come in here and see this. He went hatch first, yet again. So, probably going to see pretty similar openings from both of these players. Now, I'm curious to see how Min follows up this time. He may get a Roachborn just to be absolutely sure that he'll be fine this time. But I guarantee you he's not going to leave 4 Overlords out in the middle of the map after he shuts down Hellions, assuming that he does. And there's the barracks finishing. Now he's probably going to use that drone again to great effect to be annoying. He's actually blocking the add-on there with that drone and blocking a wall off, so TheBest cannot wall off there. Well, he was chased away. As I say, he cannot wall off. It like goes to a shot of the camera where he's walling off. You're like, Wolf, I thought you just said. I'm like, shh. It's okay. Chase the drone away. That drone is going to most likely steal the gas. Oh, denied. Denied that gas steal. I like that. That was a pretty good move by TheBest. I do that a lot when there's a drone in my base and I know he's going to try to steal the gas. I just preemptively make my gas way earlier than usual just to make sure that I can keep it. Now TheBest has a lot of good scouting information, knows exactly what his opponent's doing. In fact, his SCV is still alive. Both queens are on the way and only 2 Zerglings being made here. Wants to drone up very early on. He's already making a spine crawler at the front just to be safe. Factory has done the reactor finishing up here as well, so we're going to see a switch. So this is going to be Hellions again. Now let's see though if TheBest can pull something off here to make his Hellions work out better than they did last time. His opponent can predict what he's going to see. Remember, we haven't really seen... Slayers Min hasn't really seen what TheBest is doing, but he's seen it before. And it would be wise of him to predict a similar strategy. In fact, he's repositioning his spine core now, going to move his queens over to block the ramp. Again, completely ready for this, but that one spine crawler is not going to be enough for 3 or even 5 Hellions, though. So he is going to have to sort of make something work here. He's making only drones still, though. Going to get an additional queen out. Not making any speedlings. This could be TheBest's chance. It's TheBest's best chance to come in here and do some damage. With that, only that one spine crawler there and just queens can do a lot of damage at the natural. And here he comes now. Oh, he's at the Zelnaga Watchtower. He's thinking about it. He wants to wait for the 2 more Hellions. He's going to go in with 5. And basically right now, Min, he does see, well, actually, he can't quite see that reactor. Does see a barracks there on the reactor. That looks kind of funny because that's not actually the case. And another spine crawler going up for Min. That's why I think TheBest could have come up with this Hellion earlier. To try to kill those drones off before his opponent was able to prepare. But as it is now, 5 Hellions are out. They're joined up together, and they're patiently waiting in the middle of the map for who knows what, because they're not attacking right now. And he may have missed his chance. He actually had a great opportunity to do some harassment, and he just hasn't done it, and he's not going to. May try to use this dropship to do the harassment, but there were just so few units out now. Now he's allowed his opponent to drone up like crazy. The lair has been started. He's got those spine crawlers at the front, even a spine crawler in the main. Very difficult to use those Hellions now, and in fact, he's just not going to use them. That was his plan all along. No, he's going to use them. Took them a while. It's weird to wait for the dropship like that. Normally you try to at least do something with them at the front, then pull them back and then drop them, kind of like we saw him do last game. I think he wanted to make it a surprise, but when the Overlord gets in your base, you just go with those Hellions because he knows, and if he knows and you don't do anything with it, he's obviously going to be prepared when you get there. Alright, so Queen's completely ready for this. Did not drop in the best location. It's got to be a little frustrating for the best foe you. Dropship losing half of its life. Now he may catch this Queen that's a little isolated. Actually going to go for those creep tumors. Pretty smart. Oh, can he get those last two? Yep, gets them. Actually, I'm going to check and see if they were canceled. They were not canceled. I'm telling you guys, you can really cancel your creep tumors. Not enough people do that. If you suspect that you may lose them, there's no reason to not cancel them because you can instantly remake them. It's like not even a cooldown on it. You just cancel them and you remake them. It's pretty good. Alright, so Min is moving out with a ton of Zerglings to try to catch these Hellions wherever they may be. If he finds them in the right place, he may be able to crush them. And it looks like TheBest may be gearing up to do something similar to what we saw from the last game. TheBest does get a lot of Zerglings there. The Zergling's going to run up here, and look, he pulls the siege tanks back. Beautiful move by TheBest. He wants to hide those siege tanks. He is going to lose most of these Hellions. But if the Zerglings had come up and saw the siege tanks, Min would have been completely prepared. But as it stands, he didn't see those siege tanks. The siege tanks were pulled back. Siege mode is about to finish. He's going to send one Banshee. He's got a second Banshee on the way. Now, this is spotted by the Xel'Naga Watchtower. He may have wanted to use those Hellions to clear that out first. TheBest actually bringing a lot of SCVs this time, bringing about 6 of them. Wants to be able to repair this really easily because this time he's not going to catch 4 Overlords in the middle of the map. Min trying to do his best to maybe flank and catch some of these tanks. Actually going to catch these SCVs, which is quite nice. Small victory for Min. Now, will he hold this? Right now, he's got 28 Zerglings out on the map, no Roaches, 6 Mutas on the way, versus about 16 Marines. I'm not sure if Mutas ended up being the best choice here. He spent a lot of resources on those. Does not have a Baneling Nest, actually. I think that may be the reason why so he does have a Baneling Nest, he's just not using it. I find that a little strange. Banelings would have been a much better choice because now these Speedlings, they're completely out of position. He's being shelled away here. Hellions cleaning up some of the drones. The Speedling's going to try to attack these tanks. He will clean up at least one of those tanks. No, he doesn't even get either of them. And the Mutas are out. They're going to be quite helpful against the Banshee, but as the Marines close the distance, and the Viking helps out and supports as well, this may be the end of Slayer's Min. TheBest may be getting his revenge here. 5 more Mutas about to pop. These Marines are right on top of them. They're going to rally into their doom. Actually, the Mutas did pop out of the main, but he just has enough Marines, I think, to deal with these. Nice transfuses. He's trying to keep those. If the Mutas survive, Min will win. Are they going to survive? This is so tense. The Mutas are falling, and it looks like the Mutas, so close. 3 Marines versus 4 Mutas with a dropship. He's trying to target down that dropship, and it looks like he will clean this up. Back, though, at TheBest's base, he is pulling a lot more units. He is going to lose these siege tanks. That's pretty huge. He should have already preemptively moved those back. There's no way he was going to keep them alive. 52 supply for TheBest to 51 of Min. Right now, worker count 32 drones to 23 SCVs. This is TheBest's last chance. It all comes down to this. This is game 3. Zergling's running forward and giving their lives for no reason. 12 Marines versus 6 Mutas. Who wins the day? That's what it comes down to here. Zergling's trying to buffer, but there just aren't enough of them. Some of these drones starting to fall. The Viking trying to do his best. And here come the drones. They are all going to fall, but will they be enough for the Mutas to clean up? And the Mutas were shooting at a Banshee that was being repaired. And oh, this is so close. And it looks like the Mutas will win the day. There are no more Marines left here. None. 0 Marines. Well, there's one. There's 1 Marine, but that's it. Now there are 0 Marines left. And these tanks will fall the natural falls as well. But here's the thing. Even though he lost his natural, it looks like TheBest is going to lose his entire army. He's not going to be able to continue to press forward here. I don't know, though. This is actually still a little bit closer than I thought. That Banshee is trying to do what she can. She wants to target down those drones. There's nothing else she can do. That one Muta trying to go to work to finish her off. Bunker gets salvaged. That tank falls, and actually, TheBest did pull his units back to his main base. He hasn't made a command center. 14 drones to 18 SCVs, and even though he lost his entire army, he did actually leave a lot more of it at home than I expected. So he's not dead just yet. but he is in kind of a rough spot. Both of these players are really. And oh, throwing away Zerglings and mutas like this is not going to get him in a better spot. I don't actually know what Min should do from here. He's going to remake his hatchery. He just doesn't have an economy, though, to really do anything. He's only got 14 drones. They're mining off of one base. I was going to say, I mean, like, what can he do if he doesn't build his hatchery? What's he going to do? Just make a bunch of banelings? He can't do that. And TheBest actually coming out more on top of that engagement than I thought he would. Should have been keeping a better check of the minimap. My apologies, guys, but Min may be dead. He may be able to come back here. He has shown some better macro than we've seen from TheBest. So TheBest plays a little passively here, and Min just makes only drones. He's making a few mutas just to kind of control the map with those, but if he just switches over to full-on drone production, keeps TheBest in his base with those mutas, he may be able to come back. TheBest isn't out of this yet. Here come 7 of those mutas now, the 8th one. He's like the runt of the flock. He's not joined up with his buddies right now. Here come those mutas, trying to harass some of these SCVs. And actually does get a few of those, but loses a lot more, I think, than gaining. When you have that many Vikings out, Vikings, of course, don't do well against mutas in a straight-up fight. But to kill the Vikings, you have to get close enough to the Marines, and that's not going to happen. And, oh, the Thor is out. A second Thor on the way. He may wait for 2, but I think he should just go. And in fact, he will, bringing SCVs to repair. Now, this time, if the attack doesn't work, he has like no SCVs at home. But I can't imagine a world in which Min holds this. He just doesn't have enough units. And this is a good move by TheBest. I like this. Basically, he just knew both this game and last game that if his Hellions didn't do damage, he needed to do an all-in. And it's working out for him because here the units come. Min's trying to make Zerglings to his heart content. He's got 10 Zerglings out, but I tell you what, 10 Zerglings does not beat what TheBest has here. And in fact, that Thor is going to come out, and he's going to deal with the mutas with that one Thor. And that's going to be it. I mean, the mutas may magic box this Thor and kill it, but he's not even magic boxing it. Now he's splitting his mutas a little bit, but even if that Thor falls, he's not going to kill that entire base with 4 mutas. Now, during all of that, the natural has been killed again. And it looks like TheBest is going to end this game. Few banelings being morphed, but the Thor will survive no matter what. The Vikings just cleaning up the Overlords in here. It's looking pretty bad for Min. I thought he was going to hold it. I thought he was going to be okay. He made those mutas. Muta's not the right choice. He just shouldn't have used those mutas. That was the last thing you wanted to do when that attack was coming. And he knew the attack was coming. Some poor decision making by Min is really going to cost him this game. TheBest playing it so carefully now, so safely. The mutas are no longer in his base. He's just dropping mules there, trying to mine from it. There's no real SCVs back there, just dropping mules alone, but it should be enough. Tries to target down the siege tank, and actually, what? What just happened? He did lose all of his units, but look at that, the Thor and the dropship. Now, there may be enough units to actually kill this from TheBest, but the Vikings helping out as well. This is such a close game, guys. I can't stress enough. That engagement went so poorly for TheBest. I thought he was going to be totally fine. And now this game is just going back and forth by a series of bad decision-making from both players, bad positioning. May want to lift those Vikings. Does lift them a little too late. And actually now it's looking like, now it's starting to look like TheBest is in trouble. Does have that Thor, but if he loses that dropship, those Zerglings are going to clean him up. Oh, man. Right now, supply-wise, 34 supply, 4 men. He was able to crank those Zerglings out. That engagement where he killed all the Marines was so important. TheBest should have controlled his units better, should have split his Marines more, not have all your Marines on the ramp when your opponent's got banelings. That's the last thing you want to have happen. And this Thor is going to get a lot of kills. Well, as many as, of course, TheBest allows him to. He's just going to keep lifting it. Min trying to do a little counterattack. No, he may send this Thor home or bring an SCV to help repair it. And with a repairing SCV or 2, he may be able to help hold, or may be able to keep that Thor alive long enough for him to do a little bit more damage. Nice positioning of this Thor at the ramp. He is making a Banshee back at home. And people are going crazy, but nothing's really happening. Thor is going to be fine, but it was always the Korean commentators who freak me out. I'm like, oh, did I miss something? Thor does manage to get into that dropship. He actually should have left it there and attacked those Zerglings. They wouldn't have been able to get against surround. I was just going to try to use this Thor. Oh, going to use the Vikings to assist. But I think that is not going to be enough. That Thor, I can't see how many hit points that has exactly because it's in the dropship, but it's getting low. Banshee going to come in here and help out as well, but there are enough queens here, I think, to defend. Well, actually, I take it back. There's only one queen left. This is so crazy, guys. That queen does fall. Now the Banshee's going to be able to get a lot of kills. Needs to pull that Thor away. I think he should send the Thor home and repair it and use the Banshee to its greatest extent. The other queen does pop out. I knew there should have been 2 queens. She pops out. Now, if he kills the dropship, the Thor will die. Remember, this hatchery is up and running. And I think that Min is going to win this game. There's just nothing else that the best can do. I'm actually serious this time. I'm calling it this time. This is going to be it. I mean, he will lose this queen. Well, I mean, what is going on? Why didn't he target down the weakened Banshee? Why didn't he target down the weakened Banshee? I don't get it. I don't get it, guys. This game is actually back to a place where it could go longer. He's trying to keep those drones alive. He's mining out of his main. He can't mine from the natural. When his main is mined out, he's not going to be able to make any more queens. And when that queen pops out, 2 Banshees will shoot at it. Now he is going to have 2 queens. Needs to drop some mules to repair, and that's exactly what he's doing here. Needs to repair the Banshees. The Banshees are much more important right now than that Thor is. And he does, in fact, repair the Banshees. He's going to repair 1 on the Banshee, 1 on the Thor, so both of those are going to be pretty well repaired for another attack. Now, the best, or Min is transferring the only drones he has left. He's got 15 drones. He's transferring those over to his natural because he's mined out in his main. Does he have enough economy to make a few more units and hold this off? Remember, the best is not really mining that much at home, but he is mining a little bit. He's mining enough to repair these units that he has. And now there's 3 Banshees here, and actually, I can't believe I'm saying this again, but the best may take this game. He's going to clean up all the queens with the Thor. The last queen falls, and the drones are going to die now. He doesn't have enough money to make any more queens, and this is actually going to be it. That hatchery has 1 queen about to pop out. It will be killed immediately, though, by the Vikings and the Thor. Actually, it's not even going to pop out because the hatchery will die. And that is it. Not enough money to make another queen. Only 10 drones. And where are they? Nowhere to be seen. Not mining from the natural, that's for sure. And this has been the craziest game I have ever cast in my entire casting career. GG. TheBest gets his revenge, takes Min out, and he is so pleased. That was an extremely tense moment. There were moments in that game where one player it should have been over. It was like, that's it, the game ends. And then it didn't. It just like switched. Ah, that was crazy. That was the craziest game I have ever cast. That is it. I mean, some people say one of the craziest games. You know, they say it's the craziest game, but it really wasn't. That was the craziest game I've ever cast. There were moments there where if Min had controlled his units a little bit better, he should have targeted down the Banshees, weakened Banshees. He let the Banshees live. The Banshee number kept increasing because he never actually killed any of them. That was crazy. All right, we're going to have an interview with TheBest, the man himself.
선수 8강에 진출하게 됐던 김찬민 선수를 만나고 있습니다. 김찬민 선수 현재의 소감 부탁드리겠습니다.
처음 진출하는 거라 너무 기뻐요. 너무 기뻐요. 지금.
아, 그거밖에 생각이 안 나시죠, 그렇죠?
So he feels very good about advancing.
해주시기 바랍니다.
네.
I think it's his first time making it this far.
자칫하면은 이거 내가 GG를 쳐야 되나라는 생각이 머릿속에 스칠 만한 상황이 몇 번 있었는데 그때 포기하지 않고 게임을 하게 된 원동력 이런 게 뭐가 있어요?
In Game 3, did you ever feel like the game was over and you should have GG'd?
뚫려가지고 1경기를 너무 많이 준비했거든요. 근데 1경기가 너무 허무하게 패배해가지고 3경기에 포기할 수가 없었어요. 너무 열심히 집중했어요.
So I practiced for Game 1 a lot, but I lost really badly. So
확실히 집념의 승리라는 것이 느껴지고 게다가 3경기 같은 자체는 1대1 상황에서 또 똑같은 전략을 썼기 때문에 어떤 부담감이 있진 않았는지 아니면 자신이 평소에 가장 강력한 올인 한방이었다는지 뭐 그런 것이 궁금하네요.
Did you feel really pressured because you used the same build multiple times?
쓰는 빌드 같아요. 좋은 빌드 같아요.
그래서 알고도 마지막 경기에 쓸 수밖에 없었다는 생각이 드네요.
네, 자, 김찬민
He
선수
said he really likes that build and he thought it was the best one to use.
부탁드리겠습니다.
앞으로 남은 경기도 열심히 준비해가지고 재밌는 경기 보여드리도록 노력하겠습니다.
네, 앞으로의 선수.
He said he's going to try his best in the upcoming games.
김찬민 선수의 그 집념 하나로 경기에서 역전을
Alright,
떠올렸고요.
so my voice is shot. I've been casting by myself for several days, and that last game like basically killed me. I mean, my voice isn't actually dead. I can actually still commentate. I'm not just gonna like get up and leave and be like, see you guys later. My voice is too tired. I can't do this. But that was one of the most intense games. I know I made a lot of wrong calls technically in that game. I made a lot of wrong calls. It was like, oh, the game's totally over. This game's ending, and blah blah blah. And then a lot of weird stuff happened, and then both players, it's not like they were making bad choices, but they were playing sloppy because you're about to die. You're in your game 3. You want to advance to the round of 8, and you are in this tense moment where you're like, I just barely have to hold this, or I just barely have to kill him. You're gonna make bad decisions because you are so stressed. You're more stressed than you've ever been in your life. Your adrenaline's pumping. You're trying to make the best decisions, and you just can't. A really close game. We're gonna have a 2-minute break, and then we'll have our last set.
No time for chit chat, blah blah, let's get down to business. Yeah, I don't play around when the club shuts down. I'm a zombie out to kill this. Yeah, midnight mashing, no mansion, holiday inn, and with champagne splashing.